Welcome. I am Jacqueline Ortiz, the Self-Love Diva, your self-love and love mentor. And I am so excited you're here in this transformational, interactive, meditative process to unblock your blocks. First, what is a block? A self-love or a love block is a limiting love belief that is like hitting up against a brick wall in front of you. But because we're all made up of energy, the way I see and sense love blocks is that they're simply blocks of emotional energy that is trapped, and we need to break up the trapped energy so our emotions can flow in an emotionally harmonious way throughout our whole bodies. So a block is like being encased or surrounded in a tall, thick, hard column which blocks or repels the energetic flow of self-love and love. I call it a heart prison cell. So anyway, this is an interactive process and you're going to get tuned in to the block and activate it and bring it up in order to blast to that limiting belief block. Awareness is absolutely key. Sometimes we're not even aware of what the block is, other times we're aware of the particular block. So how do you know if you have a particular self-love or love block? You know by the way you think, feel, react, and your behavior and your circumstances. Love blocks can be anywhere in your body, in your mind, in your being, in your emotions, in your conscious, your subconscious mind, your heart, your emotional field, or your chakras. Chakras, by the way, are energy centers. There are 7 main chakras, and they each correspond to a specific organ as well as the physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual states of being, and they influence all areas of your life. These chakras are your prana, or the ultimate pure healing energy that is all around us and within us. And it's what keeps us healthy, happy, and alive. If you have a blockage in one or more of the chakras, then the energy can't flow throughout our bodies and create stagnant energy. It creates various imbalances when the energy is stagnant, which affects your vibration. So if you've been trying to follow all the manifestation principles and you've been doing everything you can and you still haven't manifested what you want, don't get mad or blame the law of attraction or source or the universe or whatever. If you want to have, to receive, to experience, or to do something but you still haven't manifested it, it's because you're consciously or subconsciously or energetically or vibrationally repelling or rejecting what you want. So instead of getting angry or discouraged or depressed or giving up, let's just blast those limiting negative blocks forever. So here we go. Let's begin. I want you to get into a comfortable position and close your eyes. And know that you're safe. Allow all outside noises and distractions to take you deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Begin by breathing deeply into your nose and out through your mouth. Let each breath relax you more and more as you fall into this transformational, interactive, meditative healing process. Trust and know that the interaction in this session will transform you in the best possible way and is always for your highest good. Now please breathe in and let the fresh, calm air fill your lungs, and breathe out as you release any discomfort or tension. Take a few moments now to just breathe deeply in and out as you allow yourself to just relax and get grounded and centered. Just relax, take a deep breath in and deep breath out. And notice that as you focus on your breathing, your mind becomes quieter. Thoughts are no longer coming in. They're simply released with your breathing. If you do find thoughts coming in and you find yourself getting distracted by them, simply allow them to just be there and shift your focus back to my voice. Thoughts are not important right now and they will settle back in your mind while you focus on just breathing and my voice. Bring your attention to your body now. Each breath brings you more and more relaxations and your muscles are calming and relaxing. Breathe in again now and focus on your toes and your feet and breathe out. Send away all discomfort from them. Inhale again as you do the same to your ankles and your knees and your thighs, and exhale, letting them settle into the ground or bed you're lying or sitting on. Stay relaxed from holding you up all day. Now breathe in and turn your attention to your lower back, which gets a lot of strain throughout the day. And breathe out and let all of that tension and discomfort vanish. Now fill your chest with air as you relax your chest and your stomach, breathing out and sending away all tension and stress. Focus on each arm now as you breathe in and bring comfort to your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists and your hands. And breathe out as they settle next to you, relaxing from the hard work they did today. Next, bring your powerful breath to your upper back and neck where more tension also typically lies, and breathe away any discomfort. Let the air inside you and around you flow up your face and head, relaxing them as well. Your tongue rests easily in your mouth, and your eyes are softly shut. Your entire being is now relaxed. Your body is relaxed, and will relax deeper and deeper with each breath you take. Your muscles are calm and comfortable, and you're free from any and all tension or discomfort. Excellent. Now you're ready to release, eliminate, and destroy the limiting belief block that you don't accept yourself, that you can't accept yourself, that there are parts of you or parts of yourself that you don't like or accept. And this part or parts of yourself that you don't find acceptable can be in any area of your life or anywhere in your being. You can feel and believe it toward your current experience or situation, or a past experience or past decision or past behavior, or other people's beliefs or ideas, or something that you or other people have said or done to you. You may not accept yourself because of your appearance. You may not accept your emotions or your health. Or you may not accept your body or your thoughts or what other people or individuals do not like or want or support about you. Wherever it is that's showing up, that there's a part or parts of you that you do not accept about yourself. It's time to release it, eliminate, and destroy all of it. Because by struggling against accepting yourself or your current situation or experience, whatever it is you're struggling against and you're not accepting about yourself, by resisting and rejecting it or ignoring it or denying it, you are causing undue suffering unto yourself. So regardless of where you came up with the belief or feeling that you aren't able to accept yourself just as you are, wherever it is or for whatever reason, this is holding you back and keeping you from evolving and transforming and feeling that you are accepting, that you're capable and able to accept yourself just as you are right now. And this is causing you pain, so it's time to release it. This is what's keeping you from having joy and happiness and truly loving and accepting yourself and feeling lovable. So let's release, eliminate, and destroy everything that's keeping you from accepting yourself. I want you to tune into your body and set your intention that you are going to activate and uncover and destroy the limiting belief that you cannot accept yourself, that you're not able to accept yourself, or any feelings of inadequacy, shame or guilt, inferiority, of not measuring up, or any fear of rejection that you have about not accepting yourself, or of not being able to act or be the way you are in front of others because you're afraid they won't accept you. It's time to uncover and destroy the limiting beliefs that keeps you needing approval or acceptance from others or from yourself and not able to get it. It is time to release all of that now. So whatever's coming up for you, let it come up. What is coming up for you? I'm going to repeat that limiting belief so you can let it all come up, so you can heal it. So what is coming up from you? Why can you not accept yourself? Why are you unwilling to accept yourself? Just as you are. What is keeping you from accepting yourself, thinking that until you change who you are, what you do, or improve upon it, or until you make yourself into whatever you think will allow you to accept yourself, until then you can't accept yourself? So what is it? Bring it up, feel it so you can heal it. I want you to feel into the belief and the sensations you've had that you're not capable of accepting yourself. Like you just can't accept yourself just as you are. Or at the very least, you can't accept yourself until you change into who you think you will be able to accept. Or until you improve or be or do the person you think you need to become to be accepted. What is coming up for you? Take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Really feel into that belief. The belief that you're not able to accept yourself, that you are not acceptable. that you just can't measure up, or you have any kind of guilt or shame that you can't accept about yourself. Or maybe there's some kind of inferiority feeling that you feel you're inferior, so you can't accept yourself. Maybe you have a fear of rejection, so you can't accept yourself because you feel you're rejecting yourself, because you're not like others. What is coming up for you that you cannot accept yourself? What is coming up for you that you feel you need approval and acceptance from others, and until you get their approval, you cannot accept yourself just as you are? What is coming up for you? When have you felt that you're not acceptable, that you're not good enough? Feel it, let it come up. Very good. It's okay, you're safe. It's safe to let it come up, the emotions and feelings of feeling why and discovering why you don't feel you're acceptable, deserving of accepting yourself just as you are. Why is that? When have you felt that way? Who has made you feel that you shouldn't accept yourself, or you're not acceptable or good enough just as you are? Give yourself the permission to really imagine, see, sense, and feel at the very, very core of your being the sensations and the emotions and the belief that you created, that you're not able to accept yourself as you are, that you cannot accept yourself as you are. At least until you change who you are, or conform, or do something to improve yourself, that you cannot accept yourself as you are. Where did you come up with that belief? That you're not deserving of accepting yourself just as you are. Ask yourself, what are you feeling? Focus in, tune in to feel the discomfort. Focus on the sensations. Now, where in your body do you feel that limiting belief that you can't accept yourself, that you're not acceptable, that you cannot accept yourself? Maybe there's some shame or some guilt or some fear of not being approval or not being liked, needing approval or rejection, or whatever it is that you feel you can't accept yourself. Where did that feeling come from, that originated from? And it could be anywhere in your conscious, your subconscious, in your heart, in your mind, in your belly, in your body, your energy field around you. It can be everywhere. Tap into it, tune into that emotion, that feeling that you cannot accept yourself just as you are. It may be everywhere in your body. Wherever it is, just ask your body to show you where is that limiting belief that you're not able or capable or worthy or good enough to accept yourself just as you are. Perhaps there's some shame or some guilt or some feeling of inadequacy or inferiority, whatever it is, or some kind of judgment or something that you're feeling that makes you feel you can't accept yourself as you are. Now just focus in on that part of the body, wherever it is. If it's everywhere, then just focus on the feeling being throughout your body. Now ask that part of you, that emotion, what are you feeling? What is it feeling? Why do you feel you can't accept yourself just as you are, right here, right now? Again, is it guilt or shame or judgment, or feel that you're not good enough, or feel that you can't accept yourself? Because to accept yourself would mean that you have to condone something that you feel you did that you don't feel is acceptable. Whatever it is that you're feeling, tune into it. Very good. Keep tuning in into that emotion, that feeling that no matter what you do or say, that you don't feel you can accept yourself just as you are. That you cannot accept yourself until you make a change, until you become someone different, until you change what you did or feel or think. Now, describe to yourself, what are you feeling? What does it look like? What color is it? Is it pink and shiny and beautiful? Or is it dark and bleak and gray and dark? What is the texture? Is the texture smooth? Or is it spiky and rough, or sharp, or jagged, or knife-like? What is the weight? Is it light and fluffy like a pancake? Or does it feel heavy and dense and bulky and blah? Ask your subconscious and higher self to show you, to reveal to you, to assist you, to guide you, so you can get real and deal with it, so you can finally heal. Whatever it is about you that you feel that you cannot accept yourself as you are, that you cannot accept yourself, at least until you change who you are or what you do, or improve upon it, or turn yourself into, or make yourself into whatever you think will allow you to accept yourself. Maybe you can't accept yourself because you feel maybe that you're not good enough, or not pure enough, or not smart enough, or not pretty enough. Whatever it is, you fill in the blank. What it is that you feel you can't accept. Why? How come it's okay for others to accept themselves, but just not you? What is this block trying to communicate you, trying to heal from? Go ahead, ask your subconscious mind to reveal to you why you can't accept yourself just as you are. Again, accepting yourself doesn't mean you don't change or improve or grow. If you choose to, it just means that why can't you lovingly accept yourself as you are right now? In a loving, supportive way, why can't you love yourself right now, just as you are? Where did this belief, this emotion, where did it originate from? Let's go back in time. Let's go back days. Let's go back weeks. Go back. Pretend you're in a time warp. You just walked into a time warp, and all of a sudden you're being pulled back in time, and you keep going back, and you're being transported days, weeks. You're being transported back months, years, maybe even decades. Go back to the first time or the earliest time that you can remember that you felt or experienced the belief that you're not accepting of yourself, that you cannot accept yourself just as you are. What was the true root? What was the true trigger? Very good. Keep going back years, days, months until you get to the root of what triggered, or at least the earliest memory you can recall of when you felt it was not safe, or you didn't feel good about accepting yourself just as you are. Now, what is that belief, that limiting belief that you can't accept yourself as you are? What do you think it's trying to protect you from? Ask that part of you. What is it trying to protect you from? Or what is the benefit of that limiting belief that you cannot accept yourself? What is it trying to protect you from? Could it be that's trying to protect you from getting hurt? Or from getting rejected? Or from taking a risk? Or trying something new? Or stepping out of your comfort zone? Or maybe it's trying to protect you from looking stupid, or keeping you safe by playing small. Or maybe the fact that the belief that you can't accept yourself is thinking that it's protecting you from condoning something that you think or did that you feel is not acceptable. Maybe you think that if you accept yourself, you have a belief that if you accept yourself as you are, you're condoning something that you did, or you are willing to accept it and settle for that rather than change. But just because you accept yourself as you are right now doesn't mean that you can't change or improve or grow if you choose to. It just means that you lovingly accept yourself just as you are right now, and lovingly and supportively love yourself through any changes or improvements you want to make. But what is it trying to protect you from? Let it come up so you can heal it. Beautiful. Now I want you to tell that part of you that has to believe that it's protecting you or keeping you safe or keeping you from hurting yourself or condoning something or whatever it is that that part of you believe it's doing to protect you. I want you to understand that that belief was created trying to protect you, to keep you safe, to keep you from getting hurt. But now that limited belief is actually hurting you. It's keeping you from living your best life. So now I want you to go ahead and reassure that part of you that it is safe for you to fully and completely release, eliminate, and destroy the limited belief of not being able to self yourself. So go ahead, convince that part of you or the parts of you that feels it's not safe or it's not healthy or it's not good to condone yourself or that to be accepting of yourself. I want you to convince that part or parts of you that it's actually hurting you, that it's time to release it, destroy it, eliminate it. So go ahead, convince yourself. Convince that part and the parts of you. Convince your conscious and your subconscious mind that it's safe to fully and completely release and eliminate and destroy that limiting belief. I'll give you some time to do it. Go ahead. Very good. Very good. You're doing an amazing job. You're doing excellent. Now take a few deep breaths in. And I want you to inhale positive energy belief of feeling that you are acceptable of yourself, that you deserve to accept yourself just as you are right here and right now. Breathe that in. Breathe in that you're worthy of self-acceptance. And then exhale. Exhale the energy of the feeling that you're not worth accepting yourself, that you are broken or less than or not good enough to accept yourself. Or the belief that if you accept yourself, you're condoning something. Or the belief that you can't be accepted by others. Just release, exhale all that. Now, when you inhale the energy of the belief and feeling of feeling fully and totally accepted and feeling more than good enough and appreciative of who you are, even all the mistakes and lessons and life experience that you have overcome has shaped you into the magnificent being you have become and fully able to accept yourself now. So inhale the being able to accept yourself just as you are, despite your lessons and mistakes. It's okay to accept yourself just as you are, for who you are. And you're accepting and receptive of accepting yourself and receiving acceptance from others because you're worthy. Now exhale. Exhale the energy of the feeling and belief that you are not able or cannot or are unwilling to accept yourself as you are. That you're not worthy of accepting yourself. The energy, release energy of inadequacy, or inferiority, or shame, or guilt that's keeping you from accepting yourself. Release anything that's negative. Release it all now. One more time. Inhale the energy of the belief and feeling of gratitude and love. Inhale love. Fill yourself up with gratitude and love. And exhale the negative energy of low vibrations of fear, doubt, sadness, anger, hate, apathy, and any that no longer serves you and keeps you from accepting yourself fully and completely. Exhale that all out. Very good. You're doing excellent. Now, I want you to detach yourself mentally and emotionally from any and all thoughts and emotions and experience and situation or any of the scenes from before. And all of the limiting belief that you're not accepting of yourself. And just become an observer. Just observe. Go ahead, mentally and emotionally detach yourself from any negative limiting beliefs. You can't accept yourself. So just observe, detach yourself. Now I want you to become both the director and the actress in your movie. Watch yourself in your movie. I want you to step into the feeling of feeling empowered. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel good about yourself, feel resourceful. Get into that empowered place of being where you step into feeling really good about yourself, into the movie award-winning role where you get to feel acceptable just as you are. Again, this doesn't mean that you won't change or improve or grow if you choose to. It just means that lovingly, you're able to accept yourself just as you are right here, right now. And lovingly and supportively loving yourself through any changes or improvements or up-leveling you want to make. Where you get to accept yourself, step into the role where you get to accept yourself and feel that you're valuable enough and worthy of fully accepting yourself. And you no longer need or seek or need acceptance or approval from others. Step into a role that you can be, do, and have whatever you desire, and that you deserve total self-acceptance and the welcoming receiving of acceptance from others. But you're not needing or depending on the acceptance of others to accept yourself. Only self-acceptance matters to you now. Go ahead, step into the role of totally, completely, and fully feeling worthy and deserving of accepting yourself. Very good. You're doing amazing. From this empowered way of being, I want you to ask yourself, is that limiting belief that you can't accept yourself? Is that an absolute fact? 100% true 100% of the time, like some universal law, like the law of gravity. It's an absolute fact that you cannot accept yourself at all. Or has there ever been a time or an occasion where you felt that you were able to accept yourself? I want you to think, sense, and feel a time or situation when you felt you were able and capable of accepting yourself. Any part of you, even if that was just some parts that you were able to accept yourself. Go ahead. When have you been able to accept yourself? Even if that was just some of the parts of yourself, but when have you been able to accept yourself? In what situations, circumstances? Beautiful. I knew you can do it. You found areas and places and things and situations and times when you were able to find acceptance within yourself. Beautiful. So this means that that limiting belief block that you're not accepting of yourself, this means it's not 100% true 100% of the time. So that means there has to be other situations that you can recall where you were able to accept yourself. Even if there were just some of the parts of yourself you were able to accept. So I want you to keep finding and thinking and coming up with situations, experiences, times when you were able to accept yourself, or you felt accepted. Go ahead. Because what we're going to do is we're going to keep poking holes at that limiting belief that you cannot accept yourself, that you're not acceptable. So like, we're going to take a jackhammer and poke holes and sink that stupid old stinking ship, that belief that you cannot accept yourself. We are going to jackhammer it with holes. Now, the more times, the more evidence you can find with more holes of times when you felt that you were able to accept yourself, the more evidence you find, the more times you're able to come with examples and situations and proof that you have been able in the past to accept yourself, or times when others have accepted you. The more evidence you collect, the faster you sink this ship. Now go ahead and give yourself permission to become your very own private investigator and prove to yourself that that limiting belief that you cannot accept yourself, that is not true. It is absolutely not true. So go ahead, step into a role where you're a super resourceful private investigator, investigating and researching your life. I bet you're so super resourceful that it's easy for you to scan your conscious and subconscious mind and to find lots of evidence proving that you are able to accept yourself, that in the past you have been able to somehow, some way prove to yourself many times that you can accept yourself, or at least parts of yourself, that it's not a universal law that you cannot accept yourself. So go ahead. They say when you ask, you shall receive. Every time you ask your mind, it always responds to the questions you ask. It's just that now we are starting to ask very empowering questions. Because when you ask empowering questions, you get empowering answers. Invite your higher self to tell you, show you, help you recall what other circumstances, occasions, you felt you were able to accept yourself? Go ahead. Beautiful. Keep asking, keep looking for evidence to support that you are able to accept yourself, that you are capable of accepting yourself. When have you felt that it was acceptable to accept parts of you or all of you? In what situations or circumstances were you able to accept yourself? Or felt that others accepted you? In what circumstances, what were you doing, activity, or something that you do that makes you feel that you're good at and acceptable? When in the past have you been able to accept yourself and set boundaries and not settle for less than? When in your life have you been able to accept your ideas, accept your beliefs, accept your thoughts, accept your behaviors? Keep going. Remember, every time you recall people, situations, and experiences where you felt you were accepting of yourself, you're putting more and more holes in that old limiting belief. And the more holes, the more evidence you come up with, the faster you destroy that disempowering old limiting belief. So keep searching. Beautiful. Keep stacking them up. That's it. You're doing great. On what occasions do you do something or behave in a way that supports that you are able to accept yourself if you choose to? When have you reacted in a way that supports that you are able to accept yourself? Feel the sensations, feel the emotion, build them up, intensify them, make it bigger, brighter. Step into the feeling, really feel. When has someone made you feel, told you something that made you feel acceptable? Beautiful. You're poking lots of holes and destroying that negative belief that you're not accepting yourself. Keep going. Doing great. Beautiful. So now, from this same new empowered way of feeling that you can accept yourself, that you are acceptable, that you are worthy, from this new empowered way of feeling, you realize it's time to release, eliminate, and destroy that old limiting belief that you can't accept yourself. Forever. It's the time now that forever you get to release, eliminate, and delete that old limiting belief. So now, from a very empowered way of being, I want you to get into a detached way of being. I want you to go back as an observer, and I want you to go back and find that old limiting belief that was, or maybe perhaps still is in your body. Wherever it was before in your body, that old negative belief that was probably dark and dense and heavy, whatever it looked like, whatever it felt like, I want you to visualize it, imagine, and sense it. And see that same block with multiple large gaping holes. Visualize, imagine, and see that belief block is so full of holes, has so many holes from the limiting belief, that now it has gaping holes that is totally collapsing inward. And that block is getting smaller and smaller and weaker and smaller and looser and smaller and lighter and smaller and smaller until it's a tiny, tiny, tiny little pebble, almost the size of a speck of dust. That's how tiny that old block is. Now I want you to imagine, feel, and sense a beautiful, majestic, swirling rainbow healing mist from the cosmos above. And this beautiful, majestic, swirling rainbow healing mist from the cosmos above is coming down, 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 and it's entering your crown chakra at the top of your head. As this beautiful, majestic, swirling rainbow healing mist is entering your crown chakra, it is totally dislodging and dissolving that old negative belief that you can't accept yourself. And it's doing so from every fiber and every cell in your body. and from every nook and cranny. Now continue to imagine, feel, and see and sense a beautiful rainbow healing mist making its way down your whole body in a swirling downward spiral down your spine and throughout your body. Now continue to imagine and feel and sense this rainbow mist is balancing and aligning and healing and activating all of your 7 chakras. Imagine, feel, and sense this beautiful healing mist, this beautiful rainbow healing mist is balancing all of your chakras. See it, imagine it. They're beautifully aligning, balancing, and cleansing and healing and activating in perfect synchronicity and harmony. So now that all your chakras are in perfect harmony and vibration, that swirling rainbow healing mist keeps spiraling and spiraling and whirling and spinning down throughout your whole body as it continues to totally dislodge and dissolve any residue of that negative belief that you can't accept yourself, that you're not acceptable. And it's dislodging and dissolving any and all residue from every single fiber and cell throughout your whole body. Now, imagine, feel, and sense this loving but powerful rainbow healing mist is swirling in a downward spiral throughout your whole body. That is expelling, extracting, and eliminating that tiny little pebble from before. That tiny little block is totally expelling, extracting, and eliminating that tiny little pebble block, along with any and all of the remaining residue from the belief that you're not acceptable or accepting of yourself, or any type of inadequacy or shame or guilt. And any residue, it's eliminating, extracting, expelling any residue of feeling that you don't measure up, of not being or acting like others because you need their approval and acceptance. Any and all residue that you cannot accept yourself as you are. Or at least you can't accept yourself until you become or change into and manufacture yourself into wherever you think you need to improve yourself and to improve upon. And it's being eliminated, expelling, extracting that little tiny pebble along with any negative residue that's left over of feeling anything that keeps you from accepting yourself, and it's doing so from every fiber and cell in your body throughout the sole of your feet. And it's pouring into Mother Earth to transmute it into fertile soil. Now, imagine, feel, and sense every last bit of this residue of the limiting belief that you can't accept yourself. It's pouring into Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is absorbing it and transmuting it safely into fertile soil. Keep imagining it's happening, and see the fertile soil, and just relax and take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Now that you're totally cleansed of that limited belief that you can't accept yourself, it's time to imagine, feel, and sense the majestic swirling rainbow healing mist is starting to spin upward and starting to swirl in an upward spiral. And as it's spiraling from the sole of your feet upward, up your whole body, it is infusing every cell and every fiber and all the chakras all the way up from the sole of your feet, all the way up to the crown chakra on the top of your head with your new empowered belief and its true, profound inner knowingness that it is safe, it is okay to accept yourself, and that you are more than okay and more than acceptable, that you deserve to fully and completely accept yourself just as you are, right here, right now. Now that the block has been totally released, eliminated, deleted out of your cycle and physical body and psychological and emotional body and from everywhere in your energetic body, it is time to extend and expand that healing rainbow mist outward to clear out your energetic field so you will start attracting and allowing love in all your heartfelt desires. Now imagine, visualize, and feel and sense This beautiful rainbow healing mist is whirling throughout your body and it's gaining momentum and more momentum. And it's expanding and intensifying and expanding its loving energy. Continue to feel and imagine and sense the healing energy mist is intensifying and expanding more and more until you're overflowing with love and acceptance on a pure cellular level. With that amazing feeling that you're able to fully and totally accept yourself. That it's okay to accept yourself, that it's safe for you to accept yourself. And you're fully deserving of fully and completely accepting yourself just as you are, right here, right now, and forevermore. You feel so deserving of accepting yourself and receiving acceptance for who you authentically are. You feel so worthy of accepting yourself because you are a divine being and so deserving of creating and manifesting the amazing life you've always secretly, or not so secretly, dreamt of. You have a right to accept yourself. It's your birthright to accept yourself, to love yourself just as you are. Feel a deep sense of profound acceptance for who you are right now and for accepting yourself just as you are. As you're growing, evolving, and will continue to love and accept yourself for who you are, as you transform yourself into whoever or whatever you would like to be, you do so in a loving acceptance of yourself. Now, at a core level, at a cellular level, you recognize how significant, how worthy, and more than good enough you are of total acceptance. This healing mist is so overflowing with loving energy. It is almost hypnotically whirling motion, swirling and expanding and seeping out of the pores of your physical body. As this loving healing energy is overflowing out of your pores, it is cleansing and up-leveling and upgrading your energetic body, your frequency, and your vibration. Continue to imagine and feel and sense this healing mist overflowing. Your inner being is so overflowing with love and acceptance that it's seeping out of every pore of your being and it's expanding and extending and radiating the overflow outward to everyone and everything everywhere. You're finally able to accept yourself, to feel more than adequate, more than able to feel good about yourself, and worthy, and deserving, and feeling significant. You do matter. You're feeling so good in your own skin, so proud of who you are, how significant and worthy you are, and knowing that you're a divine being and divinely blessed. And this is your new way of being, total acceptance. Claim it, and so it is. You're feeling so radiant, so light, so free, so blessed, so joyful, so grateful, so peaceful, so loved. Now, you are tuned in, tuned up, and turned on to high vibration. Allow yourself to just marinate in the sensation of fully accepting yourself at a deep cellular level, just as you are, right here, right now. Give yourself permission to fully integrate, embody, and embrace the feeling of accepting yourself and loving yourself. Whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes. How are you feeling? If you still feel any resistance, I would encourage you to listen to this particular block blasting process again. Or if you'd like to work one-on-one with me for your 100% personalized and customized session where we go way, way in depth to work with you and your inner child to blocks through any blocks you have, we can do so in a private one-on-one customized session where I will regress you and reframe, rewire, and reimprint your particular blocks so you will feel amazing. Thank you so much for participating. I would love for you to join me on my YouTube channel and Facebook group, Self-Love Share the Love Movement. The group, Self-Love Share the Love Movement, I'm encouraging you to do a self-loving deed every day unto yourself, then do a loving deed for someone else and challenge them to pass it forward. So together, we can create human connection of love, light, and unity. I love you. Namaste.